line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet, not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Crank it up. Finger to the sky and a green light shining bright. The only thing I have in mind is the finish line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's
And hello again, everyone, and welcome back to PTM Racing TV. We are live here tonight from Michigan International Speedway, as we are live here to showcase to you for the very first time here a full-on, no-hold-barred, only Xfinity Cars series here tonight from Michigan International Speedway. Hi again, everyone, and welcome back to the show. This is the Pottlez Wrapz 50 race here tonight. As we get ready to get down to business, though, let's go ahead and take a look at how these drivers are going to fare here tonight and what they are facing with here tonight as they get ready for this tough and grueling competition. Let's start it up here with our little control here. This is our track tip talk here tonight. The weather looking at pretty constant dynamic skies, of course, here. This being on a little May 15, 2020 racing action, but a little partly cloudy with 78 degrees here. The track right now about 102 to 103 degrees out there. Those winds north flying at about 3 miles per hour, about farther out here at the moment. However, or excuse me, 2 miles per hour, if you will, 3 kilometers per hour if you are if you're in the European style. Of course, rising humidity about 56% with 29 inches of HG horizon, which is what we are seeing here tonight with these drivers and what they will be constantly bickering and battering about all day long, as they will be fighting it out here tonight to try to get things in their favor, in their style here tonight. So as we get things ready to go here, get things ready to settle on in right now, we are just about ready to go racing here. Currently still on the on our qualifying times right now. As we get to go ahead and go down to business, let's get down to the track and take a look at our starting grid here tonight. Drivers are ready. Let's go ahead and take a look at the qualifying here right tonight. Let's start him on the pole. That will be Matt Janes in the 51 to his outside. That's going to be the 50 of Robbie Cable. Row number 2, we're going to see the 20 of Jeffrey Oaks to his outside. That's Chantel, the throttle Pottle in the 5. Row number 3, we're going to see the 5 of Warren Young to his outside. This closer, Cindy Taylor. Row number 4, we're going to see Keith Checkmate Taylor in the 8 to his outside. Robert Kahn in the 15. Row number 5, we're going to see Matthew Hofford in the 28 and Ryan Walsh in the 7. Row number 6, we're going to see Lance Brandlinger in the 3 to his outside. That'll be Earl Wolf in the number 1. Row number 7, we're going to see Dustin Rouse in the 30 to his outside. That'll be the 24 of the Pride of Texas herself, Kayla McCarthy. Shotgun on our field tonight, it's Carl Nearly in the 15. This is your starting lineup for tonight's race as we get down to business here, down to the track and down situated in. It is time to bring our drivers, the stars and the cars to life and bring them to the line and get them situated through. Here is our lineup here tonight. Take a look at these drivers. Take a look at who will be the driver to beat, who will be the driver to take on here to start. Matt James will lead him off. As we mentioned, Robbie Cable taking that 2nd spot. Jeffrey Oaks in the 3rd. Chantel the throttle Powell starting in that 4th spot. 5th, of course, Warren Young there. And looking at the 2 machine. Cindy the closer Taylor there as well with her brother Keith Checkmate Taylor. Just kind of a row back behind her. Of course, old Robert Kahn in the Mobile 115 Toyota machine. And that Snap-on 100, number 28 of Hofford. He's been strong as of late. He's been looking to try to finish this one out. The 3 there of Lance Brantlinger in the Nutta Butta Oreo Ritz machine. I never thought I'd ever say that on the show. The Alltel Earl Wolf number 1 machine. And of course that Jasper style number 30 there, Dustin Rouse. Used to see him in the bomber machine, kind of weird and different. And then of course McCarthy always still celebrating a little bit of the holiday. She's got the Christmas joy going on, and Carl Nearly looking to have himself a little renaissance here after the way things went down last time out here. Folks, we're getting ready to get set on in for tonight's action. Get ready to go here for tonight's race. As we situate them through right now, we are just about ready to go here. We've got a whole lineup coming on in. Clifford Bellamy, I'm so excited. Yes, sir. Great to have you on board. And William McDaniel, great to have you on board as well, sir. Sean Shiley is joining us in, and William Bruceman Jr. as well here. Great to have all you guys on board here tonight. Great to have everybody rocked, ready, rack stacked, and all that here for tonight's action. Bobby Kahn trying to get Kenneth Crawford into the show, trying to get him ready to go for this one. As we bring our stars and the cars to the track, onto the lineup there, gridding up there. I've got 1 to go here, and then it'll be green flag racing. Matt James will show them the way. He's going to show them how to play. Rodney Christensen joins us on in now as we get ready to go. Here we are set for action tonight here on PTM Racing TV. They bring him across the stripe, across the line. It is time to go racing here tonight. Bringing them on down. Pace car goes to the bottom line. It's time to say bamboos and get out of here, because now we're ready to go racing. Coming down that front straightaway. Let's hear it for the drivers. Let's get down to business. Here we go. And off the line, just gained 50 laps of the distance for these drivers right now as we bring them on down around that front straightaway here. Coming on down the corners here. They start them on in. The 20 there of Jeffrey Oaks already on a hustle. He's on a charge. He's trying to fly him on in, get some momentum there coming by under the corners here. Warren Young follows in pursuit. They follow down as they come on down around the back straightaway here. Got some drivers kind of piled up in the back there already as he got some trouble. And looks like the Pride of Texas McCarthy gets into serious trouble. Oh, Robert Connor get tagged in that one, and that was not the start you would expect out of them, but that's how it went. Caution's out. Caution is out. Oh my, that was not a run you wanted to see out of these drivers right out of the gate here. Let's go to the PTM Instant Replay and find out what happened here on that one. Here is the PTM Instant Replay. Let's take a close look here and see what happened. You see right back to the stretch there. Looks like maybe McCarthy might have got tagged in there. Got a little too hard on the throttle on the start. Might have been a little too aggressive on the start. It's hard to tell from that angle. I think there's only one way to figure out this one. That we got to find a better angle now, don't we? Yeah, we got to always find a better angle. What are you talking about? Okay, now back to the commentary. Let's find this out a little bit better here. Let's go ahead and show what happened here. Oh, right there, Cindy the Closer Taylor gets a little bit into that wall protection there. And McCarthy, well, he's trying to save it. Yeah, it didn't quite work out that well. So there is a PTM Instant Replay there in all of its glory here, as you saw right there. Troubles to start for Cindy the Closer Taylor, which sends everybody back around here to get things taken care of right now. as we're switching them on around. Deborah Schreiber joined us on in, saying GMA watching, and Ronnie Christian saying watching live racing and loving it. Nice to have you all on board tonight. As mentioned before here tonight, all these drivers going for a cold, hard cash prize here today. Wait, hold on there, Jeffrey. You gotta ease into this, man. You can't just throw running your rear end at somebody like that. Come on now. I don't know who slowed up there or what went wrong there on that end, but apparently Jeffrey Oaks having a little bit of fun with this one to start off, but that was definitely not what I was expecting of all things. The last caution comes out right now. We're getting things situated on by right now, getting things taken care of. Our drivers will rack, stack, and re-rack and all that here, and hopefully get things figured on in here, and hopefully we don't have any more troubles there tonight. Hope you guys are tuned on in with us. Hope you guys are enjoying the show so far. It's always been a pleasure to call these races and call the action for you guys at home and friends and family, everyone around the world. I'll tell you one thing though, guys. Tonight, I think these drivers have they've got a whole new ball game. A lot of them have never even been in Xfinity cars until last week, and a lot of them have been really testing and practicing all day long. And they've been telling me earlier today that, man, we just need to get these things figured out, and then this will be a lot of fun. The good news is though, is they're running on custom setups. There is no fixed position on these tonight. They are all running on a custom styled setup to their liking. So they definitely know that if they want to have a good run here tonight, they've got to just kind of run their own line, run their own race, and forget about everybody else right now. That's kind of what these drivers are fixing to do here. And if you guys haven't already and you're tuning on in for the first time, always go ahead and hit that like and follow button up here on PTM Racing TV's Facebook. And while you're at it, why don't you go over to Twitter, Instagram, and our YouTube and check those out as well. We've got exclusive content all around the world, and yeah, we've got some old stuff from the past and old stuff from the days. You can literally go and see when I first started doing all this here for the Heat 4 days. You can go watch that back on YouTube. It's there, I'm telling you. Yeah, you can watch how bad my broadcasting was back there. Brittany Young here to support Warren Young, and then number 2, Brittany. It is great to have you on board tonight. Thank you for tuning on in and showing a little love and support to Warren Young. Right now, Warren Young currently in that 3rd spot. He's in the driver's seat, that's for sure. He's in a nice, comfortable position in a nice spot to try to get himself a chance in a half here. Gonna get this thing worked on in. We'll see how well it plays out for him here as we get things wrapped back around here, back onto position here. Take a look right here at how long the track is. This is a big track, folks. 2 miles in length. This track is an absolute barn burner when it comes to running and hard, running and it's smooth. You can't run them in very clearly if you're not going to have a spot to get that run in there. So you've got to stay focused on how you're going to hang in there and how you run this race through. As we come on around down out of turn 3, now down in turn 4 here. Our drivers are now locked and loaded. They are ready to go here. They have rack stacked and all that. Now we've got to get them back to racing. Who will be the driver to outwit and outsmart everyone else on this restart? We'll find out here in a minute. Lights are dropped. Scoreboard's off. And the lights now to the green are looking to shot. Waiting for it all. Here we go. Green flag flies. We're back underway. Right back down on the attack already on the front straightaway here. They chill him on in now. Jeffrey Oaks on the outside line. Going to have to go to work here with Matt Jeans in the 51 as they come on by down at turn 1. Jeffrey Oaks in that battle lane, number 20, seems to have a little bit of a harder run there. Maybe looking for a run on the outside line. There's multiple lines to play here. There's multiple ways to run it in tonight. Like Robert Kahn right now, moving all over the place. He's charging up. He's looking for the 3-wide salute. He says, wait, hold on a minute. It's only 2 laps in here. I'm not doing that. Ryan Walsh and Earl Wolf going at it here, coming down out of turn 3, down in turn 4 here, back them on through. The Newfoundland drivers are going at it pretty hard here. Of course, you know these drivers are from The Rock. They are from Newfoundland, Canada. It's always great to have them on board. You got quite a few of them out here tonight. You got Chantel Throttle Pottle, you got Ryan Walsh, you got Robbie Cable, and you got the leader right now, Matt James, at 51. Of course, don't count out Carl Nearly in that number 9 machine. He's a hard player to have. If he can get things figured in, he'll have a chance at this one. And right now, speaking of having a chance at this one, here comes the 8 of Keith Checkmate Taylor looking for a run and a half here, looking for a run onto the inside line there. He's on the outside line, I should say. Coming in down in the corner here. We are on board here. how hard they're running them on through, running them in down their corner zone, while the two there, Warren Young challenging in right now, looking for a run, coming down out of turn one, trying to make a big move here. Down and low they go yet again. Keep checkmate. Taylor backs up his corners, gets it set back in as he works it through, but he's still nowhere near where he wants to be as Jeffrey Oaks continues to maintain pace in second place, while Matt Janes looks it on in. The 50 of Robbie Cable right now trying to get a little bit of momentum to catch up to his fellow Rockmate Newfoundlander, Matt Janes. Matt has the early advantage here, has the early lead, while the 30 of Dustin Rouse still challenging him on in, coming on by. Now the old Rattlesnake, the mobile one, number 15 of Robert the Rattlesnake on. Maybe looking for a little bit of a headway here, maybe looking for some momentum. Just trying to see if we can find it here. They're coming on down yet again into turn two here. Chantel the Throttle Pottle going at it with her old rivals and her old teammate here. That being Robert the Rattlesnake on. Robert right now is giving a better run than she is at the moment. Trying to hang in there while Ryan Walsh goes in through. Here you got the 7 and the 07 going at it as the closer, Cindy Taylor, takes it 3 wide there. But a contact zone there, unfortunately, to Ryan Walsh. Oh! Gets upset into the crash zone and upside down. Oh my God, who called Talladega Nights on? That was literally Talladega Nights all over again. Caution is out, caution is out. I've seen a lot of flips, but I think that might have been the longest flip I've ever seen in my life. Let's take it to a quick remote. Okay, I'm just kidding, I'm kidding. Well, we gotta cut to the instant replay here and find out what happened there. But Cindy the Closer Taylor, definitely not what you wanted to see out of her, nor Chantel the Throttle Pottle. Let's go on board here and see what happened exactly on that little run zone. Here is the PTM instant replay. Take a look at this. 3 wide there. Chantel drifts up a little bit. Looks like she gets tagged Cindy, and Cindy goes for the ride. Oh my! I apologize for anybody that is dizzy or is going to get dizzy, because frankly, I had no way of knowing that was going to happen. That was Cindy the Closer Taylor's end there. Let's go ahead and show you what happened on the end here for Chantel the Throttle Pottle there on that one. Slightly drifts up and tries to come back down, and Cindy kind of drifts up and kind of corners in and goes for a ride, and that car is all but gone there. You just got to try to hope it survives. Alright, now we'll show the full replay from where everything started there. From the outside perspective, here we go. This is the full-on replay of what happened here. Bringing it back around, a little tag, a little corner bump, and sends it right into Cindy the Closer Taylor, and somehow 7 gets away from it, and then you can see those 2 drivers just going flipping upside down, crazy, all over the place, but they were able to keep themselves somewhat at bay and keep themselves somewhat clear, but unfortunately involved in caution number 2. So right now, Chantel the Throttle Pottle and Cindy the Closer Taylor, both in pit road, both in pit lane, getting things fixed on in. They do have instant repairs to work in, folks, so it's not like they don't have any way of doing that. But right now, if I was them, I definitely wouldn't be trying to use them up too quickly. They only are allowed 5 in this race, so they have to use them to their advantage and use them wisely. Matt Janes, though, man, he still holds the lead. And talk about this, Robbie Cable now up into the 2nd spot right now at the moment. It looks like he's going to try to get himself a run and a half here. Let's see how this comes out to be, but it looks like Warren Young is going to get out of there first and have his way. So now Warren will be up in the 2nd spot. He will be on the outside of Matt Janes here. Toyota Tundra, or excuse me, I believe that's, I don't remember which one. It's like, we'll call it the Toyota. So you got the Toyota versus the Chevy here. Keith Taylor going to be at 3rd right now. Here is your pit road strategy right now and how it came out to be there. So James, Young, Taylor, Brantlinger, Rouse, Kahn, Cable, and Taylor all going at different times, all going at different settings here. Kahn, though, right now, he kind of surprised me a little bit because of how he had to go in pit road early. I'm surprised he's going to try to play the way he's going to here on this restart. But Robert Kahn right now currently will be in the 6th spot as he comes on by Dan around here. So now our drivers will line back up into position, get things taken care of here, and hopefully we can get ourselves back to normal green flag racing here. Time will be of the essence for these drivers. Times will be coming to a close later on here. We'll see how well that plays out for these drivers here as we continue it on by. Laps winding down at the moment currently, as it looks like we'll be going back to double file restart here in just a minute. That will start next lap around currently as our drivers continue to work on by. Of course, we want to say thanks real quick to our friends over at Pottlez Wrapz for sponsoring up tonight's race. So if you're looking to have your car or truck vehicle match your style on the track, then be sure to hit up Pottlez Wrapz for just that. It's such a low and affordable price. You can get your creation brought to life on the track. So what are you waiting for? Visit Pottlez Wrapz today to bring your ideas to life. If you're wondering what kind of designs and stuff they can do out there or what they have done, well, let me give you a little insider here. As you see right there on screen on your scoreboard here, that Valvoline number 20 machine of Jeffrey Oaks. The scheme was done up by Pottlez Wrapz. You see that little logo on the back to signify that. I talked to them earlier today about that. I'm like, yeah, they love doing these things. They love working on them. And, you know, business is one thing, but making some awesome schemes for great drivers out there is another thing. And that's what they're all about. So if you guys want to, be sure to tune on in on Facebook and go and check them out. And all the designs up there, you're not going to want to miss any of their stuff, man. They got a lot of great stuff you got to check out and get for yourself. As we bring them on around now, finally at last, we are going to initiate our double file restart zone, or maybe not. Looks like maybe we're going single file here. Oh, wait a minute, I am getting word from the producers here that it sounds as though that we had a little bit of trouble with that restart, so they are not going to let them go double file just yet. Chantel at throttle file right now, trying to get our laps back after being into that pit road issue. And looks actually, I guess the officials are not understanding what's going on out there, because now they are going to go in there and do their double file restart. At least that's what the drivers are being told, so that's what they will go with. What we get told from down here, up here in the booth, compared to what they get told down in the drivers area, is a lot different than what you would hear in general. So be aware of that, folks. As we bring them on around, get things taken care of here. We will let the drivers get taken care of here and bring them on by once again to go at it. Matt James and that Toyota machine out of all the way from Newfoundland, Canada. Warren Young, a hard man in his own right, strong driver. He's got some family and friends watching him on tonight. Keith Checkmate Taylor, always a fast hombre. He's got a lot of support as well. So does her sister, Sadie Clover Taylor, who's going to have to work from the back here. And then, of course, you got Lance Springlinger and the Nutter Butter number 3 machine. Going to have a little bit of his way here, trying to see if he can swing it on by as we get ready to come on down. The lights will pop back up, and then we'll be back under green now. Here we go. Lights are on, and we're all home, home, home. Here we go. Lap's starting to wind down. These guys and gals are going to have to start figuring something out, because they can't keep going at this way at this point. Running it on back in, down around here. Dustin Rouse on the inside line there around Lance Brantlinger. Brantlinger trying to hold him off on the corner there while the Warren Young tries to challenge up Matt James on that restart. Coming on by, though, the 15 of Robert the Rattlesnake Khan. I think he set a short run up on that thing, because he's flying high now. Robert all at his game, all at his position right now, trying to make his way through the field, charging down around that turn 4 zone. Keith Checkmate Taylor trying to hold him up, but I think Robert's got a fresher set of tires in this case. Seems to be working quite well for him at this point. Working him on through, everybody challenging him up, jockeying for position, trying desperately to get themselves a little bit of a warning zone. The 3 of Lance Brantlinger right now, charging by down at a turn 2, gets into the wall protection there, and slams it in. So does Chantel at throttle puddle there, but manages to stay clear of it. Oh my, that took a hard heck and a half, and Robbie Cable now in the 50 trying to fight his way back on in, but he's got the 20 of Jeffrey Oaks and the Valvoline machine to his inside, looking in now to the out. Oh, brings it up a little high there, got a little squirrely there in the corner, manages to hang clear. Kayla McCarthy, the pride of Texas herself, with a little holly jolly spirit in her tonight. Bringing it on by down around yet again to their corner zone, challenging them on through. Right on by right now, Warren Young challenging it through, and keep checkmate Taylor into the wall there at a turn two. Gets a little hard on that throttle. You got to be careful about that. You can't overdrive those corners. Those corners will set you for a loop and a half if you're not careful. Robert Kahn knows this. He's challenging it. He's trying to get it worked in a little bit harder, trying to build momentum as they come on by down on that turn four. Right on around yet again. You got a battle in the top two right now. Right down around, coming down. Whoa! Gets to the corner there at turn one, into the wall protection, and that loses all his ground and momentum. And now he's going to have to try and hold up. Dieta keeps checkmate because checkmate's on his run. He's on his own. Checkmate getting to the wall there on the back stretch. These drivers are having all sorts of problems on those corner exits. Look at old red, white, and blue. Keep checkmate Taylor right now. Feeling a little bit blue, I would say. Can't quite keep that momentum in the zone where he wants to be. Can't quite get the run he's been looking for, and that seems to be setting him back further and further as Robbie Cable in the 50 machine now belts him on by. Let's turn it up. Wrapz number 50 machine going to working it on in as a 20 of Jeffrey Oaks takes it side by side with him. Almost contact made there, but they cleared it out of turn two. And now the Friday Texas herself, Kayla McCarthy looking on in, maybe making a run for it as well, while Lance Brandlinger in the three falls back even further. This race will be in its entirety also on YouTube later tonight, so be ready to keep that up. Be sure to keep an eye out for that one. Can't wait to show that one in its entirety for you guys right here. But right now, back them on down, yet in the corners here into the zone. Dustin Rouse in that 30, giving a nice run and a half there to Robert the Rouseneck Kahn. It's so good to see Dustin finally get something figured out in that car and finally get something kind of worked into his favor here. He's had a string of bad luck ever since he started on PTM Racing, and he has never been able to finally get to victory lane. The closest he's ever came, I believe, was a third or second place finish, and I believe it was right on this exact track in the Truck Series almost a year ago when we were on the Heat 4 Series. He was running in hard, he was running well. He's looking to finally get that monkey off his back now. As they back him on around, wait a minute, caution's out, we got a problem. The Pride of Texas, Kayla McCarthy, serious damage up on that front end there and not looking too good. And the motor just went in that, you heard it loud there a minute ago. Unfortunately, the Pride of Texas is going to have some work to do there. And I don't think she's going to have time to make it back. No, the car is coming to a stop. So we're going to go ahead and call it to the replay here and find out what happened exactly here on this little situation. As it looks like we're going to get things figured in. Let's take a look at the replay. Here is the PTM Instant replay. So they brought it on down around out of turn 4 here. Let's see, did she just overdrive it a little bit? Oh, a little bit of a corner hit there from Robbie Cable, and it sends the one of Earl Wolf into the wall, which sends then the Pride of Texas, Kayla McCarthy, out of it. And she ends up going for a spin and a half there, unfortunately, in that corner zone. Go on board here. Look out the corner angle. Watch carefully right there. You see a little bit of a run, a little bump. Hard racing, just couldn't quite get that contact zone out, and unfortunately, McCarthy gets the raw end of that deal. And unfortunately, that brings her run to a sudden halt, as she's now having to get it towed. And that definitely will not be the way you want to see the Pride of Texas dealing with that any kind of situation anytime at all. Tough break there for her as we get things picked on in right back around. So looks like everybody going in pit road here. Everyone wants a little piece of that car to be fixed up and get things taken care of here right now. As we bring him back around, we are starting to close in on our laps here. Hope you guys are still enjoying yourselves out at home. Hope you guys are taking care of yourselves out there in the world. It's been a crazy year, to say the least here, and of course, it's been kind kind of crazier to start, but I would say the halfway it got a lot better for, at least on our end here for PTM Racing TV. We kind of a little backstory here, a little thing for you guys at home if you haven't already figured it out. When we started all this, you know, this kind of broadcasting stuff, we never thought it would get to the point where we would actually be able to work in these kind of styles, these kind of graphics, these kind of overlays and everything, or be able to even get the dedicated and loved fan base you guys have brought to us ever since you've joined on with us here on our shows. And you know, all that out of it, only thing, it's only been 6 months since we've done. It's been only been 5 months since we started doing this, you know, full time anyway. Because we got everything situated down in late June, and then early July we were just kind of figuring out how we wanted to do this, because we all agree we wanted to be a part of this. We wanted to have a community behind us, and now look at this. Now look at it now. It's like we have a huge community of drivers, a huge lineup of folks, and it's crazy. It really is. But again, you know, it wouldn't be without you guys and all the dedication everyone put in, as well as the drivers for coming on by and giving us a chance to showcase their races, showcase everybody. So as we're kind of closing in on the end of 2020, and what I would say it's probably been a crazy, hectic year, you gotta always look at the positives, and the positives, in my opinion, are definitely the love and support that we have been given thanks to you guys at home. So again, just from the bottom of our hearts, thank you again for everything. Alright folks, so as we get things situated on in and we're done with our little sappy story, I think it's time to get back down to business now, shall we? So the drivers right now, Carl Nearly is going to be our race leader here. Neary right now, the fellow Newfoundlander, going to be on the inside row with Matt James is outside. And if we're going to go ahead and take a look at pit strategy wise, let's take a look at this here. Pit strategy wise, right now Neary has about 14 position up on where he started. However, if you look at what James just did there, he has been in pit road before, or excuse me, after for Neary. So right now, James is going to be the guy you got to keep your eye on here, as well as Con. Those two drivers are going to be hard chargers right up to the front here. That being in their position and where they're at, and this is where their overall was starting as well. For just be aware of that here, folks. So as we bring him back around here, getting things taken care of here, of course, looking to possibly see ourselves a new driver into victory lane. We've got a lot of guys and gals that would love to get into victory lane again. Chantel Thrall finally back on her lead lap. McCarthy, though, I believe, is getting out on the track. She's back out on the run, trying to desperately run as hard as she can to get some of her times back. She ended up getting put back quite a few spots from that. They will delay the yellow from what I'm being told right now from the race officials, so they can give McCarthy a chance to get at least 1 or 2 of her laps back. However, we are running closer and closer to the final laps here, so we are actually running at the halfway point now, which means at this point they will not be giving all their laps back. You only get 1 lap in back at a time. Then we'll bring him on around right now. McCarthy's just going to have to hope and pray for a caution or 2, because she's going to be a few laps down after that little incident there. Hard racing, unfortunately, getting the better of the Pride of Texas yet again. But tonight, right now, as our drivers work them on through and get things taken care of here, we're going to get situated through down the back straightaway and see our drivers get things back on through and get things taken care of here. The old rattlesnake Robert Kahn in the Mobile One Toyota machine, trying to make a charge, trying to make a run and a half there on Matt James and Carl Neary. Right now, though, I would say James is at the is in the wrong end of the spectrum. He does not want to be on that outside line when you got a guy like Robert Kahn right behind you. But of course, you can't count out Jeffrey Oaks, always looking to fight, looking to put on a show right now. Lead them on in. Everybody starting to get lined up in a position. Everybody trying to jockey in their run, jockey in their spot here. Lance Brantley are kind of following back a little bit. I'm not sure what's going on with him there, or what's up with him, but and Carl Neary are on that restart. Whoa, hold on a minute. Well, the green flag's out. They're back underway, but Sydney the Closer Taylor is already up front right now. What's going on here? Well, they'll bring him on down around right now. Carl Neary out of turn 1 down in turn 2 here. Backing him on through, down the charge here, on back through. Robert the Rattlesnake Con makes the move there around Matt James. We were expecting earlier there as they come on through, down the corners, on the back straightaway here, charging through. James looking for a run and looking for a help here or two to get back up to Robert. They charge him in down around their corner zone into turn 3 and 4 they go here now. Jeffrey Oaks getting a little bit of a move here into that backstretch. Jeffrey Oaks told me earlier today he's working with a whole new wheel and a whole new setup, and he's loving every minute of it. Cindy the Closer Taylor goes down at pit road. I'm not sure what happened there exactly, but she is down at pit road at the moment right now. Which means Robert the Rattlesnake Con will be our new leader. As he backs him on around the corners here, charging it through. Matt James, though, not too happy about that. He wants to change that from him pretty quick. As the caution comes out, we got a problem. Warren Young has crashed on the inside. Crash for Warren Young here. Unfortunately, not the way we wanted to see that happen for Warren Young. Something gone wrong completely there for him. Let's go to the replay and find out what happened exactly there with that one as we showcase what went wrong into that zone. Here's the replay. Here's when I look at it. It looks like a 3-wide salute there. Robbie Cable and him, unfortunately, yet again, having some troubles there. Robbie just kind of, oh man, just kind of got a little too hard on that throttle. I think he just tagged him in aggressive racing, but not the way they were wanting to do that at all. I'll tell you that much right now. We'll go ahead on board here and find out what Warren saw there. See right there, it's a hard run, and then Dustin roused him and try to get that car to stop, but it gets back on the throttle and ends up tagging it more than it's worth, and unfortunately, not what you wanted to see happen there. So as they get things wrapped back around, get things taken care of here. It's not the way we wanted to see it happen, but it just happens like that sometimes. So once again, Warren Young going to have some work to do here. Going to have some time to make up and time to make up in that position in that zone, but unfortunately not what you want to see from a guy that has the kind of talent and skill he does on the track. And Robert the Rattlesnake Con might just have his way here if he can get things situated through and get things taken care of here. We're past halfway, so now it's really just going to be a shootout of who can survive who or what this time. The Pottlez Wrapz 50, of course, a big proprietor and a big series that these guys have been trying to figure out all week long here tonight for these Xfinity cars. Last time we were here on the show, we had the Truck Series going at it here, and they were racing their tail ends off at Homestead Miami Speedway, only with a select amount of cautions happening in that race. There was some strong racing and strong mows to be sure, and it was some good stuff there, of course. But tonight, times are getting a little different here on them. Guys are kind of changing up a little bit here. So, of course, this is a whole new playing field of cars and a whole new playing field of tracks. So I will say that does not help them much when it comes to these kind of things, and it doesn't help them on their feelings towards the cars. But you know what? You know, as a driver and as a fellow spectator, you expect nothing but the best from these guys to try to get things figured out in quicker and sooner when it all boils down to it. So hopefully, when all is said and done here, they can get things wrapped back around and get things figured in a little bit better here and get those cars kind of tuned in a little bit more. But we shall see, as we always say here on the show. So now double file restart on this one here. They will get things fixed into position. And we will see our drivers get back to green flag racing here in just a minute. I believe we'll have about 20 or so laps left to go here when we get back to the green flag here. The Rattlesnake, Robert Kahn, has the early advantage here. Looking for another one. see if he's going to be able to do that here tonight and see if he's able to get things figured in for himself. And then, of course, Matt James here, really trying to give himself a fighting chance here, give himself a run and a half. Jeffrey Oaks, no stranger to victory lane, of course. We'll bring him on around. Brantlinger right now, currently one of the season champions when it comes to the Street Stock Series, but definitely a little bit of a different story when it came to this season starting in, because he's been struggling a little bit in those late models in ARCA, and now here he is trying to run him in the Xfinity Series. But here we go, we're back underway, coming on down around that front stretch. 21 laps to go indeed right now. Jeffrey Oaks and the Valvoline 20 machine making a hard charge. Matt James to his outside line, trying to build him on in. Running him on through now. Jeffrey Oaks now challenging down in the corner here into that zone. They bring him on back down around. Here they go. Here Jeffrey Oaks trying to hang in there, trying to stay with it. The 51 of Matt James going to give himself a fighting spot here. Get him on through down at turn 3 into 4. And right behind him here, the 3 wide salute almost initiated there out of turn 3. Chantel, the throttle Pottle, managing to fight her way back into this. Goes out of here with Keith Checkmate Taylor in the 8. See the fire in her eyes right now. She's got a temper and a half to get this one figured in. She wants this one. Running them on through though. It is Matt James. Her belt. New pit ladder driver getting right in there with Jeffrey Oaks, but they save it out of turn 2. Then to the wall, 3 wide salute. Oh no, 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 no! Are you kidding me? Oh my God, no! No! Pile up on I-235 and a pile up on aisle 2. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, man. Matthew Hofford, engine's gone, blown up, and unfortunately nothing he can do about that. Matt James and Jeffrey Oaks get sideways there down on a turn 2. And we're going to the replay to find out more about that one here. Let's take another look at it from another angle here. Unfortunately, that was definitely not what you should expect or what we should see here on the show. Let's take a look at it, see from the start here what happened exactly with Jeffrey Oaks or Matt James. As they come on around down on the front straightaway here, down the turn 1. You can see how hard Matt James is cornering in, trying to get some momentum built in, trying to stay in it. He drifts up just a little bit. Oaksy kind of gets up a little bit on too. And Brandlinger tries to get out of that trouble zone. But Chantel, the throttle Paul, goes right into the wall there, unfortunately. And then Jeffrey Oaks kind of tags in the rest there, sending the carnage and the problems all the way through. And the speeds these Xfinity cars have, they got them into big trouble and big issues there, and unfortunately not what you wanted to see here. Let's take another look at it from our angle here. Yeah, Jeffrey Oaks gets right into Matthew Hofford there, and that's where all the kerfuffle and carnage started. Even if Chantel was able to save it there, it wouldn't have mattered. That would have been carnage right in front of her. And Matthew Hofford, unfortunately, in my opinion, gets the raw end of that deal. 5 cars, I believe, involved in that one. That, of course, being Matthew Hofford. Jeffrey Oaks currently down at pit road there. Pride Texas McCarthy getting tagged in there yet again. Dustin Rouse was tagged in. Lance Brantlinger got a little bit of damage managing to escape trouble zone. Chantel Throttle Paul getting involved in that one, and then of course Matt James kind of starting out the wreck a little bit, if you will, but unfortunately not the way he was looking to get it. But he will stay in the top 3 though, managing to avoid a little bit of chaos, so good on him for driving that car in when he needed to and stay in position. As we will see our drivers try to get things figured in and try to get things taken care of here. This is now starting to be a little bit of a different show, to say the least here. Warren Young is now taking the race lead here. Warren trying for the first time to get to PTM Racing TV's victory lane, trying to finally get into victory lane. Ever since he joined on with Pedal to the Metal Racing League, he has been a hard favorite for a lot of fans at home, but he has not been able to showcase what he was capable of in the Heat Series. He's been struggling. So, but I talked to him earlier today. He's like, yeah, I know I'm struggling. I don't want to keep hearing it. I want to change it, you know? I'm tired of you telling me on the broadcast too that I want it changed. Like, yeah, I told him flat out, like, I swear I don't do these on purpose, man. I'm just calling it as I see it. But he knows he knows we love calling for him. We love talking about him. But nevertheless, these guys and gals are all getting situated out, getting ready to get back down to business right now, as our drivers and our front runners look to possibly give themselves a fighting chance here and a fighting run, if you will. See how well this plays out here. A lot going down right now and a lot going at stake for these drivers. They all want the same thing, and that's that cold hard cash prize, but also bragging rights. I would say is a big factor here tonight for these drivers. As they double file them up now, we will get the lights off here in a minute. Caution will come out here, and right now Matt James, that 55, looking to possibly have himself a fighting chance here. He's got a lot of drivers back there looking to get himself a run and a half. Robert the Rattlesnake Khan there. He's got a long murderer's row to get through here, and he's running out of laps. But the good news is for him is he's got a pretty good idea of how to get that car up to the spotlight into position. The Pride of Texas, Kayla McCarthy, looking to maybe give herself a fighting chance here as well. She'll need a hard run on this start here if she wants to take this one. And how about this, Dustin Rouse? Right now in that Jasper Engines 30 machine, looking to possibly for the first time in his young career get to victory lane here. We'll see right now as they bring it on back in, around through and through. Jeffrey Oaks trying to get his lap back in time back here. And it looks like Carl Neary and Cindy the Closer Taylor are both unfortunately out of the race here, so they are going to be calling it a day and calling it quits for this one. And we're staying under caution, it looks like. It looks like we weren't quite just ready yet. So we will get the driver's rack stack and all that again. And I think they were trying to give a little bit of a fighting chance here to Jeffrey Oaks to try to get his lap back after unfortunately getting into that zone. Jonathan Pickett has joined us on in. Get it, OG Warren. Jonathan, great to have you on board here tonight, sir. Great to have everybody around. Great to have everyone tuned on in, of course, as we're getting ready to get back to green flag racing here. Been a solid race last week. This one, it's had a good share of moments and a good share of battles, but unfortunately right now, it definitely has not been the start that anybody was expecting, nor has been the race that anybody was really wanting to see here tonight. They've been all just kind of struggling to get these cars in the right place at the right time, and they know it. They want to change that as soon as possible here, but it's hard to say who's going to be able to go where and who's going to be doing what. Right, as we're on board here, Ryan Walsh in the 7th. They're all just getting intensity, ready, getting their strength, ready to go, getting the cars situated through. The power, the momentum is there. Everybody is ready to go here. They're coming down to the wire. Down out of turn 3. We're coming down into turn 4. This time, pace car goes off. This time, we bring the stars and the cars back to life. We're looking for the green flag. Where is it? Show me the lights. Show me the money. Or wait a minute. These guys are looking for the money, not me. There we go. Back on the restart. 15 laps left in this one here. This is going to be an all-out burn to the fight to the end. Down and about out of turn 1, down in the corner here. Robbie Gable slowed up a lot down there in that corner. Lost a lot of momentum. Tries to back his corners up, and he gets put up into that wall protection zone. Kayla, the Pride of Texas McCarthy, moves on in. Lance Brandlinger charging in as well now. These drivers in a hole on full throttle assault. Ryan Walsh there takes it into a 3-wide split there with Earl Wolf and the Rattlesnake Robert Cohen. Cohen now gets a charge and a half. He's looking for the hard charge of the night. Running him on in, but it's the Pride of Texas McCarthy who is the hard charger of the night so far. Coming down on the front straightaway here. 3 wide, they take it. Rouse clears house. Cable stays out of trouble. Cohen trying to hang in there. Matt James has taken over the race lead yet again, folks, and this is right now looking to be his time. He's looking to get to be the first. He's looking to be only the second Newfoundland driver to ever win on PTM Racing TV. The first, of course, being Chantel the Throttle Pottle. She was the very first driver to ever win on the show, to ever win on the iRacing circuit. Ever since then, though, she's been struggled. She's been pushed through all the current situations, And same can be said about Kayla, the pride of Texas McCarthy. She was a strong runner in the Legend Series, winning the first Legend Series event at Five Flags, but then had some troubles getting herself into victory lane yet again after that. But now she looks to try to change that tonight. But in order to do so, she's going to have to try to hold off somebody by the name of the Rattlesnake, Rubber Con. Double 115 machine now builds on down the back straight away, charging through while Warren Young in the Echo Arc number 2 goes at it here with McCarthy. Running on through down their corners here into their zone. They backing on through yet again. You've got a hard battle between 3 drivers. Well, excuse me now, 4, because looks like Lance Brandlinger charges in through as the Rattlesnake. Robert Kahn takes it 3 wide there with his amigos. Back up on down out of turn 1 down into turn 2. Here they charge it through. Brandlinger at it here as well. Contact made there on Warren, but they clear house. They somehow cleared it. Robert Kahn managing to sneak his way around all of them in a single go. But the yellow, but as they bring it on around, yellow flag goes out. And that was definitely not what we were expecting here. Yeah, there is huge damage up on Keith Checkmate Taylor. I'm not sure what happened to him there, but of course, as always, we know one thing. We got to go and check the replay. So here's a look at the replay here in its entirety. Here, let's see what happened exactly. So they back him on around the corners here, and Jeffrey Oaks looks like he just got a little too aggressive there and ends up getting into the aid of Keith Checkmate Taylor, which sends him for a ride there and a half. Unfortunately, not what he wanted to have happen there. Let's see what happened to Keith. Let's go ahead and take a look at what happened with Jeffrey there and see if maybe we can get a better perspective on what went right down there in that corner zone, because that was definitely not what we expected out of Jeffrey Oaks. Slightly drifts up, and when you get into these cars do not take too kindly to that kind of stuff. It's not like with the Cup cars where you can get into them a little bit harder. These cars are easy and prone to just getting you spun out and getting you into trouble zone, and unfortunately that right there was a good example of it. The pride of Texas stays out, so does Matt Sheens, but it looks like Robert Kahn and Warren Young, Brandlinger, and all of them are going at pit road. This could be interesting, folks, because they're going to be down to their final. So this is going to be under 10 laps to go on this restart zone. So if you guys haven't already, share this one around and get some views on this one, because right now this is going to be a hard charge and a hard battle to the end for these drivers. Can one of the Americans here, the pride of Texas McCarthy, manage to take down the Newfoundlander Matt James here in only his second race here on PTM Racing TV, or will the pride of Texas finally return to victory lane after such a long and thought-out drought? She's been doing everything she can to get to that point, get to that zone, but it just has not come for her yet. Well, right now, judging by our pit, let's go ahead and take a look at our pit strategy right now and show you guys what's going down. This is going to be an interesting run-up to this one. Now, if you look at what's going down right now with James McCarthy and Kahn, all 3 drivers at this point are kind of on the same tone and same pacing when it comes to their lap counter. But McCarthy and Kahn, with Kahn being going in freshly here, he's definitely going to be kind of in a better pace and a better position. I believe he only went in and got some fuel in there and I think he got 2 sets of tires. You're only allowed 5 sets of tires in these races, and that right now has currently been the mindset for these guys, is how to work those into their best of their ability. Brandlinger and Wolf might be in a shot here, and so is Young and Cable, and then Chantel, the throttle bottle as well, also in the fight here. So we'll see who is going to be able to outwin, outpace the other here. But right now, as we lead it on in, Matt James is going to be our race leader, looking for win number 1 on the show. And I believe also we have quite a few drivers you see right now. You'll see a lot more of them next season on the Pedal to the Metal Racing League circuit when we bring you guys the next series, the next show. It will be next year that we finally get back to racing for Pedal to the Metal. And trust me when I say, those ARCA and late model drivers are ready to end this season and get this one on a high note. But let me tell you something, folks. There is no chance that anybody's going to get into that top spot unless you put the pedal to the metal tonight. And right now, these drivers are looking to do just that as we continue to bring them on around. Lance Brandlinger looking for some help, looking for a position and a half here as he will go to work here with McCarthy and Robert Wrapz and Kahn as they will bring him on back around. Kahn right now desperately just trying to get that car situated through. You can see him kind of running the wheels around a little bit, getting it situated through. Chantel, the throttle pile on her cockpit, her gyro view right now. You can see that car just kind of getting situated through as well, getting ready to go back at it here. She's going to try desperately to give herself a fighting chance here and a good run and a half to the end. And then of course you got Dustin Rouse still on the hunt here, so who knows who will be able to outpace the other. But as the pace car comes off now down the round, we bring the scoreboard down for just a minute as we get them right on through, coming on down the front straightaway here. Who wants this one more? It's going to be a shootout to the end. Green flag flies. We're underway. As that corner back down around yet again, the rattlesnake Robert Kahn, he's just got a huge jump start on that one, but the pride of Texas McCarthy trying to corner in off Kahn and make him pay for doing that. Right down around, Matt James loses all that momentum that he had from being on out there a little longer. Robert the rattlesnake Kahn just going to give it a full-on assault. Trying to keep him away from getting that draft from him, trying to stay ahead of the zone. As they back him on around yet again, coming out of turn 3, the Earl Wolf and the number 1 machine gun working it on through. He's got a little bit intel on the Alltel number 1. He seems to got that car figured and dialed in right now, getting it taken care of. Brandlinger trying desperately to get into that run as well, battling back down the front straightaway. They come on by. We're down to our final 7 laps now as we are working this one on in. Robbie Cable has been struggling all day long, but it seems like he's finally got something figured in there a little bit better. Chantel, the throttle pile, desperately trying to cling on to some life here. Dustin Rouse in the 30 Jasper machine now pings it back in, down in their corner zone in their runs. Running them on by down again, yet again. Keep checkmate Taylor in the 8 machine. Looking for a little bit of a hard charge, moving it through. James Brian Snow getting some love to Warren. Warren right now currently in the top 5 area, but he's going to have to get a little bit more momentum if he wants, because he's going to work here with Chantel the throttle Pottle. 6 laps left in this one right now as they back him on around down out of turn 2 yet again. Hard charge up into the positions. Hard's battles in the zone right now. Keep checkmate Taylor faltering back a little bit here in their run now, getting a little bit of momentum. The 50 of Robbie Cable now. The Newfoundlander goes to the inside here, moves it on by hard as he can. Charging it through Dustin Rouse now. The Jasper number 30 giving it a good charge. Serious battles and a half leads to a 3 wide there out of turn 4 for a brief moment. No, they hold it on the front stretch. They're all chasing down, though, that old 15 Mobile 1, though. Robert the Rattlesnake Kahn as Matt James desperately tried to cling on to some life. He's trying to get some momentum built in. He's got a little bit of help from Lance Brandlinger. You can see the distance and how far they are right now as we're coming down to the final 5. The flagman holds 5 up. They know 5's left to go. Back him on around down out of turn 3, down in the corner here. Chantel the throttle with the full throttle assault of the decade. You don't think she wants this one? Yeah, I don't think so. I think you can figure that one out. McCarthy as well, having at it there between those two as they back them on through. Now Brandlinger going side by side there with James for just a brief moment. James gets a better run though as Brandlinger tries to corner it back in. Back around their corner zone into their entry exit. Now they back them on through. Robert the Rattlesnake Kahn, as you can see right here in our time zone. It's currently not looking too good for James. He's just getting further and further ahead of him. As laps wind down, as laps move in, Earl Wolf in the Alltel number 1 trying to get into the top 3. He wants a trip to the podium. We're coming down to the final 3 laps now as we challenge him in here once again. Chantel the throttle pile desperately trying to hang in there, trying to stay in there with Dustin Rouse in the 30 machine. Jasper Ringen's machine now built to the inside here, looking for a 6 spot, looking to make a move. You've got a battle for 7 between those two right now as they come in through yet again, but it's still not to be. Looks like the drivers aren't getting the runs they were looking for anymore. Brandlinger absolutely desperate to cling on to some life, trying to cling on to some momentum to get back to Matt James, but Matt is now firmly starting to fall further and further ahead. He's desperately looking to try to give himself a chance. Two laps left to go right now. The rattlesnake Robert Kahn at the moment. He's got a hard charge and a half here to say the least here. See him working the wheel in, working it in very smooth and discreet. No wasted motion. Nothing gone wrong there. McCarthy desperately trying to hang in there while Robbie Cable now challenges on through down the inside line they go. Here to the inside, battle hard. McCarthy and him going side by side as a white flag now comes on out. White flag is out now for the rattlesnake Robert Kahn. He just needs 4 more good turns. The Pride of Texas are going to have a little bit of a war here for the final 4 as they come on down that front straightaway to turn 1. The Pride of Texas trying desperately to hang in there while Robbie Cable and the 50 Toyota machine trying to build it in down and a turn 2 they go. They challenge him on in, running him on hard. But I don't know if that's going to be enough. We know one thing though, Robert the Rattlesnake Kahn just needs to make 2 more good turns. Here's the first. Stays in the middle in the high sun. He works the upper salon to the deck. And out of turn 4, it's going to be Robert Kahn running it in for another victory. He is a Pottlez Wrapz 50 winner. But not to be outdone, Matt James finishing in that 2nd spot. A great showing from him. And a great battle all the way through. Give credit where credit's due to him. And of course, Lance Brandlinger taking home a 3rd place finish as well. Great driving from these drivers and great battles all the way through. McCarthy by merely only a 100th of a second able to hold off Robbie Cable. That is some impressive stuff from these drivers. That was some great racing to say the least here on that final some odd laps. Good stuff from the drivers and great battling all the way through. What a run that was there. That was some good racing. Well, we'll take it on down to our race finishers here in just a minute as we get things taken care of here on our end. Robert the Rattlesnake Kahn, yep, as usual, he's going to celebrate the only way he knows how to, throw it into the grass. So we're getting back on around here. We're getting things taken care of. Here are our final results here for this one. Your race results now up on the screen here as you see the Pottlez Wrapz 50 at Michigan International Speedway showcasing Robert the Rattlesnake Kahn with another trip to victory lane. Matt James getting his 2nd place finish. 3rd going to Lance Brandlinger. 4th, top 5, of course, Kayla the Pride, Texas McCarthy. Robbie Cable, how about this? Finishing top 5. 6th going to Chantel the Toronto Pottlez. 7th to Keith Checkmate Taylor. 8th to Dustin Rouse. 9th to Matthew Hofford. 10th going to Jeffrey Oaks. 11th to Earl Wolf. 12th going to Warren Young, Ryan Walsh in 13th, and Carl Neary in 14th, and 15th going to Cindy the Closer Taylor to round out our field of drivers here tonight to end tonight's race. What a battle, what a race it was here tonight for these drivers as we now bring it on in. We're going to talk with our top 3 here in just a minute, so if you guys want to tune on out now, that's okay, we understand, but I can guarantee you we definitely would like to have you stay on by at least and have a listen to what these drivers had to say to you fans at home for all the races we had going on down tonight. It was certainly a battle and a half here. It was certainly a show to say the least here for these drivers. As the Rattlesnake Robert Kahn stays on out, he's looking to have a little photo in victory lane here. I got a little thing for you there, bud. There's no paparazzi in the iRacing circuit. You know that, right? Well, let's wait for our top 3 to come on by here. We're currently waiting for them. So we will now initiate the 2-minute counter here. They will give them a chance to join us on in, but if they do not, then no hard feelings. We have no problems there. Still waiting for our top 3 to come on by and have a little time or 2 here to talk with us about that one if they will. So as we mentioned before, if you guys don't want to stick around and want to wait around a little bit longer, we understand. Still waiting for our drivers to get things taken care of here. Still getting I think situated through. So it looks like actually we're going to have to call this one a night. So this one will be the end of this here. So from all of us here at PTM Racing TV, again, a special thanks to Pottlez Wrapz for putting this one on tonight, and everybody at home. Thank you again for your support. Tomorrow night, we are going to be going back live here on the show, and we're heading down to Atlanta Motor Speedway, where Pure Speed Elite Series is going to challenge up the trucks. And I believe this is week 7 racing, I believe. We'll have to check more on that later. But guys, and fans at home, we love you guys. Thank you again. Be safe. God bless. Take care. Until next time, when the green flag flies, be good night, everybody.